Hey, Simon at Plunge. I guess that's my new tag. I'll just go with Simon at Plunge. Just wanted to address the elephant in the room. What is the main difference between the Unity stage, which we all know is the Unity, now has become the Unity stage, and the new Unity dynamic? And the reason why we're using Unity sort of across the board for models now is that that's what the intent of Plunge Audio has always been for me, is to create community, to meet people, to get to know people, relationships, help people, support people, uh, help artists get their careers up and running, help musicians, but create a community of people that communicate with each other, not just with us. So that unity word to me is not just unity gain on a mixer, but it's creating that community of people and coming together in this day and age. Man, we got to come together. So the Unity stage and the Unity dynamic, the new Unity dynamic, the main difference is right off the get-go is driver type. The Unity stage utilizes balanced armature drivers. Your very common in-ear monitor, driver technology, really fast transient response, accurate, precise, I guess is a good word, and so the Unity stage has this very sort of immediate sound, and via my open nozzle thing and adding air to the sound, we created a really 3D like presentation to the balanced armature drivers, which are typically run on tubes and dampers. And I did that for years. I did tubes and dampers, but way back, probably 10 years ago, I started toying around with wanting to get rid of tubes and dampers because I heard something that was a lot more alive and open, and you could hear the separation, especially in the lower end between the kick drum and the bass. And so eliminating eliminating dampers and tubes sort of launched the Unity stage sonically. The Unity dynamic comes in a different aspect. It's a single 9.2 millimeter dynamic driver, which is so common, and speakers everywhere. All your near field studio monitors, all your household speakers, everything under the sun utilizes dynamic drivers, and it's a great technology. It's I guess simple in a lot of ways, and we've really become accustomed to the response of a dynamic driver, the sort of slower transients, just because the diaphragm actually has to physically move. So you get a slower transient response sort of across the spectrum. So it creates more depth to the sound, and easily bigger bass response. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do in a dynamic driver is big bass response. But in the new tuning method in the Unity dynamics, I wanted to be able to control that bass response, so it wasn't over the top. It was just a 3 or 4 more dB sort of push way down low, just to give you that oomph down below. So the Unity dynamic is a dynamic driver, and it runs on the same principle as the Unity stage. The open nozzle, the tuned cavity, no dampers, no filters in front of the driver. It's tuned in a proprietary way, in a different way than I've seen anywhere out there, and it's working wonderfully. and it has the dynamics have a sense of, like my partner Justin describes it as like, when I'm wearing them for live monitoring, it's like every stage I play on is an arena. Just get that really big open sound, deep bass response, and he also remarks how fun they are. They're really fun. So when I use the word forgiving, I think in our marketing, what I mean by forgiving is that it's you lose that sense of everything right in your face all at once. So, like I've referred to in other videos, playing my upright bass and trying to play arco, terrible arco player and upright. The dynamics are a little more forgiving. They're not going to put everything right in front of my face, which is nice. It's also nice to have everything put right in front of your face because you can acknowledge it, you can work with it, and you can get better. So the stages have their unforgivingness is a great quality. The forgiveness in the Unity dynamics is a great quality. One's not better than the other. It depends on what stage you're at. If you've gone through the process of hearing every little thing about your playing or your singing or whatever it may be, and you've dealt with it, and you want to be able to go on stage and just have it just way more forgiving. Go, here you go, you're good, have fun. The Unity dynamics are beautiful for that. So it's, as far as fit, seal, the nozzle, the shape of the shell, it's all the same. The dynamic model is maybe 3% smaller. If you look at it, you're not going to be able to tell. They're essentially the same size nozzle. All your tips will fit. Everything on that front is the same, and so it's just a matter of discovery of what sound works great for you. I love both. I can't tell you to go one or the other. It depends on your situation. I know when I designed the dynamics, I had this idea in mind that I kind of wanted them to sound like it was a 50 millimeter dynamic driver over the ear headphone in a small size, in an IEM that you could put and you could go on stage with. And I think we've really found a nice balance there with it, and it works wonderfully. So as I think more on it and compare, I'll shoot more videos, but I hope that gives you a nice introduction. Thanks.